Well, friends, in this video, we will talk about the how to represent nucleotide sequence. How to represent nucleotide sequence in nucleic acid. You know that when we say nucleic acid, we are talking that it is polymer of nucleotide. So obviously, if you consider the four bases, so you will be having four type of nucleotide in DNA and four type of nucleotide in RNA. Okay, so sequencing, how to determine sequencing? When you talk sequencing, sequence of nucleotide in nucleic acid, you say that you are talking primary structure of nucleic acid. The sequence, nucleotide sequence is called primary of a nucleic acid is called primary structure of that nucleic acid or nucleic acid strand. Now you know when you talk nucleotide, you know that the two nucleotides are joined together by phosphodiester 3'-5' phosphodiester linkage. So now here comes, you see, representation of nucleotide sequence in nucleic acid, that is primary structure of nucleic acid. So this is the first point I told you, that nucleic acid are polymer of nucleotide and nucleotides are joined to each other by 3'-5' phosphodiester bond. And also the sequence of nucleotide in a given strand of nucleic acid is called its primary structure. Now nucleotide sequence in nucleic acid is determined by physical methods. There are so many of it. We are not concerned with those here. And enzymatic hydrolysis. Okay, we are concerned from here. Now what happens when we start writing the nucleotide sequence? We have to see that where is the free phosphate group. So the nucleotide with a free 5' phosphoryl group is called 5' end. So suppose if you have a strand, of nucleotide, so you say that okay, this is upward. If you see the alphabet of this, you say that this is the upward, and if you see the last letter of the word, you say that it is downward. Or from what you say, most of the time from numbering you say that it is 1 and it is 30, that is centimeter or inch, whatever. So again, in order to characterize the strand, what did we say? We say that the nucleotide with a free 5' phosphoryl group is called 5' end. That is, you decided one end as a 5' end. What is 5' end? That at 5' end you have a free 5' phosphoryl group. And so what will be the next end? The next end you call 3' end. Why? At 3' end you have a free hydroxyl group. So in order to give give a nucleic acid strand two end, one is 5' end. Why? Because at 5' end you have 5' phosphoryl group, and the next one is 3' end, and 3' end because you have at 3' free hydroxyl group. Now by convention, the forward direction of polynucleotide chain is defined as 5' 3'. 5' to 3'. Okay? 5' to 3'. That is from 5' end, that is from the starting, proceeding from 5' terminus to 3' terminus. Okay? So when we will see the structure, that will be more clear. Now you see, when how to represent it? You get the two end, that is 5' end of a strand. Suppose you have a strand of nucleotide, you have 5' end and 3' end. Okay, you have two end obviously, and what are the proceeding? The proceeding, you say that from 5 prime to 3 prime. Okay. Now what it says further, that nucleotide sequence can be represented by later. Can be represented by later method, or line representation is there, or line representation. Some in books they have written line representation as feature projection, but it is not sure. So what later, how you donate the later? How you donate the later? Obviously, when you talk heterocyclic bases, you have 5 bases: adenine, guanine, the purine bases, then you have cytosine, thymine, and uracil pyrimidine bases. What we do, we take the first letter of the heterocyclic bases. When we donate the nucleotide sequence, we just take only letter. What it represent? It represent the bases. So here is the statement that first letter of heterocyclic bases, adenine, guanine, uracil, thymine, and cytosine, are used to indicate base present in nucleotide. Okay. So obviously you see here, these are the letter, that is adenine, guanine, uracil, and thymine, and cytosine. Now obviously one of the component is phosphate. You write a small p. You write a small p for phosphate. Now you see here I have written phosphates are abbreviated as P. That is a small p, a small letter of P. Okay. Now so what is left? So you have bases, you have phosphate. Now what is left? How to represent sugar? For ribose, no letter is used. For ribose, you don't use any letter. But if the ribose is deoxyribose, that is when we are talking DNA, you use a small d. You use a small d here. D for deoxyribose. D for deoxyribose. And this is the last statement. That is, letter D is used to donate deoxy sugar moiety. No letter is used for ribose sugar. Okay. So you come here, you see here that what we are saying, that for bases you use only first letter. For phosphate you use P, and for deoxyphosphate you use D, small d, and for ribose you don't have any letter, you don't use. Okay, we will talk the representation now in graphic, both in letter. We will talk now the representation by taking an example of tetranucleotide, both in letter form and in line. Okay.